Hello, my name is Sebbi, and welcome back to the coffee break in Minecraft. Today is Wednesday, July 3rd, 2019. Currently, my real life and my virtual life do align. Well, that's not completely true, but I feel a little bit as if I would be on a small little island in the middle of a giant ocean, and there is nothing that protects me from the sun. It's still the time of the heat wave. The heat wave is still going strong, and yeah, it's demanding. It's super demanding. Over time, of course, the body will get accustomed to those temperatures, but right now it's still super demanding and super stressful, and yeah, I feel as if I would be on this little island. And on the other hand, it's also a nice idea. It's really a nice idea for the summertime to be on such an island, to really have beautiful beaches, sandy beaches, some fresh air, some fresh breezes or so that cool you down a bit, and yeah, that's nice. This would be nice. It would be really nice if I would have such a thing over here, but no, I don't. I just have this Death Valley, more or less. The town I'm living in actually is located in a valley, and I think that's also one of the main problems, because during the night the heat hardly can escape, so often there is some wind when you're on top. When you're out of the valley, then you feel some wind, but in here's no wind, and so the heat just accumulates down here, and it's a very, very unpleasant feeling. And yeah, especially the night. What night was super terrible? I think it was the night from Sunday to Monday. We had, I think the coolest temperature we had during the night was 23 centigrade or so. So 23 centigrade during the night, and of course during the day the temperatures shoot up to 30 centigrade and more. So that's just crazy. It's way too much, way too hot, way too stressful. But luckily the thesis has been submitted, so I can be a little bit more relaxed. I'm a little bit concerned about my colleague and friend, because he is... Ooh, there's a chest. I think we can check out this chest. I hope I'm not drowning when I try to get down there. He is currently... Ooh, emerald. Setting up an experiment, and I'm not quite sure if this is really a thing he has to do, or if they give him some time to recover a bit, but currently he's aiming for a paper deadline in the midst of July, so there are just a few weeks left. The paper has not been written, or no, part of the paper has been written. The study still has to start, and it's just crazy, especially when you consider those super hot temperatures. In this case, yeah, I'm really concerned about him, but unfortunately I can't do something about it. I'm not in the position to really help him, which is a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, that's I guess the way of a PhD student. I know those times very well myself, so I know how he feels, and it's really sad that I can't do something about it, because I'm just not in the right position or so. Speaking of being in the right position, Monday was an interesting day, because we had a meeting of a project I'm working on, one of the projects I'm employed for, and yeah, one of the project leaders was quite interested in my research, and even said, hey, since I have submitted the thesis, I have plenty of chances, and he even listed some ideas and had some suggestions that I could transition to his university and join this university to become a member of them, because I would perfectly fit in and I would easily get the job. And so I thought, good to know, because I need to let my boss know that, hey, other people are interested in me and other people see high value in me. What about a different position? What about better conditions for me or so? Yeah, I have to see how this works out. At first, obviously, I have to... Ooh, a water cave, that's cool. I, of course, have to... Neat. That's super neat. That's cool. I like this. This would be a super good hideout. Cool. Yeah, at first I need to defend the Caesars, which will still take some time, and yeah, then it's about time to find out what's next, where to go next. Stay there, stay at the current university, find something else. I'm not sure. Plenty of options. I am currently struggling a bit with the decision whether I should go this weekend to Berlin, visit my parents again, because I haven't seen them. Well, I saw them during the triathlon, which was super awesome, but I haven't really spent a lot of time with them since Easter, I guess. Yeah, it could have been Easter. When I think back, it really might have been Easter. The last time I got the boat? Yes, I got the boat. The last time I visited them, so that's a long time ago. Crazy. I haven't expected that so much time would have passed since I last saw them. So yeah, the problem is I wanted to have a doctoral appointment on Friday, so I took Friday off. And yeah, I still have to call them and let them know that I'm not pleased with their approach. They basically called, or they surprisingly just had the telephone number of my parents. So they called my parents and asked them, okay, it's Thursday. The appointment was moved to last Thursday, and if I will show up. No one was aware of it, and they even said they would have had a phone call with me, but they didn't. So yeah, I have to clarify a few things, but that's now the true problem. I could, of course, return the day I took off and just stay here, and I could also return the tickets I bought for the train, because I wanted to use the train to get there, and just have I overlooked a pixel there? This is island, or let's find out if this pixel is this island or if I really messed things up. But yeah, this weekend, this Friday, would have been the Friday, so now I'm... Okay, I guess it's that island. Now I'm a little bit, unsure. I mean, it would be really nice to see them again, and would be the perfect weekend for doing that. But on the other hand, I could save some money when I just return the tickets, and I could save a day I could take off later this year. But on the other hand, looking at the years so far, please leave me alone. I don't. Yeah. When I look at wow, so many temples. The third temple in a row. What's going on? That's crazy. Yeah, I haven't had much chances to really take a few days off, to have some vacation and so on. So maybe I should just do this. Maybe I should just spend the weekend at my parents and relax a bit. At least they predict cooler temperatures for the region around Berlin, and this would be an improvement, because here the heat wave will continue based on the and the weather forecast. So yeah, I'm not quite sure, but I need to decide soon because I can return the tickets only today, and if I don't do it, then I have to travel tomorrow. So I have to make this decision soon. And yeah, I don't know why it's so hard for me, because there aren't true alternatives. I mean, sure, I could just stay at home, relax a bit, play some video games, maybe even work on the Iceland video that is still left to be done, still left to be edited from the year 2017. Oh man, I hope I ever finish this video. So I would have a lot of things to do, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe it would be a good decision to really do this, spend the weekend away, and maybe come back a little bit more relaxed or so. So yeah, have to decide this. It's just a bad thing that this doctoral appointment is not going to happen. I found a different one here in this region, so I wanted to go to the one I'm used to go, but when they screw up, I don't want to really go back to them. I just want to call them and ask them, hey, why are you telling lies about you have called me and we had a phone call or so? This never happened. So I have to clarify those things, but yeah, I will now go to a different one. So, hey, Squid, excuse me. So that's coming up. Yeah, that's basically a thing I will talk about next time. Next episode. I'm currently also thinking about, there will be another triathlon in my region on August 3rd, I guess. Yeah, I guess it's August 3rd. I'm considering to participate in this triathlon as well, because right now I'm still trained. I'm still in a good shape for doing this, and why not doing a second one? I mean, it was a fun time. I could do it again. So yeah, I'm currently considering doing this. So this would be August 3rd. And also quite a thing I'm also interested in. I find the idea of participating in a mountain marathon quite intriguing. And in my research group, there is one person who does mountain marathons and marathons in general. So I was talking to her to get some information, and she was super excited about this, and she even likes to bring some books with some training plans so that I can start to train for such an event. And I thought, okay, this is more like a thing I'd like to do next year probably, because this year I like to focus a little bit on triathlon and just continue getting in shape, because I still have to practice swimming. Oh yeah, swimming. Crawling is making some progress. I was crawling on Monday again, and it feels better. Also, it was quite interesting because there was someone else who just started practicing crawling, and I at least noticed a difference, that I managed to complete swim through the entire pool. And so there is some improvement at least, so that's good. But yeah, it's still a long way to go. So yeah, there's that. But mountain marathon would be cool. Mountain marathon would be really an interesting thing, because of, well, the scenery must be just amazing when you run up there and you run up mountains and you have this fantastic view. So yeah, that's probably a thing for the next year or so. Also like to increase the triathlon distance maybe next year, go for a middle distance. This could be also cool. So yeah, a lot of exciting things probably coming up. Yesterday I started to work a little bit on my presentation for the defense. I am currently just throwing things together, so new ideas, taking some existing slides from previous presentations And yeah, I just like to get an overview over the contents that I then can start to refine the presentation and slim it down so that I can give the presentation within 30 minutes, because I only have 30 minutes time. So it's going to be stressful, and I just did some math. I mean, it's very basic math, but I have 10 papers in my dissertation, and if I would intend to present all 10 papers, I would have only 3 minutes per paper. Considering the fact that I also have to give an introduction and a resume and a conclusion, this would result in maybe 2 minutes per paper. So that's never going to happen. So I have to slim it down. I have to find ways how to present it in the best way. And so I started with that because now is the right time. Currently, it's a little bit more relaxed time. Sure, there are a few things to do, but I at least managed to go home in time, so I just have a normal workday. It's not like normal workday plus a few extra hours to do this PhD thing, so it feels good. It feels really good. Yesterday I used this time, after having left early, to go to a, sports shop. But I'm unsure if I can really call it a sports shop, because it's more or less a discount sports shop. So all the things you get there are just cheap. So there's another temple. What's going on? This is the ocean of the temples, which perfectly fits into the scheme of this episode, being a South Sea and sun and water and summertime. This reminds me of the good old time as I played Stranded Deep, during the summer, and I basically pre-recorded some episodes because I was going on my summer holidays traveling, and I wanted to have something for you coming up. So I played, quite fittingly, Stranded Deep. This was cool. I have to check this game again to see what has changed, if it has improved and so on. But so I was at this sports shop looking for some new things. I need another pair of shorts, because right now with my current sports schedule, I mean, I do sports on a daily basis, and the hot temperatures, I'm using all my gear so quickly that it's hard to get it cleaned before I have to use it again, because I'm running out of gear. So I just wanted to have a few things. I tried on some new running shorts. I mean, they fit all right, but because it's really a cheap offer, the quality of them is not good. And here comes now the big problem. I do have some. It's basically my personality is against just getting something which is cheap and gets the job done for a short time, in contrast to spending a little bit more money for things that have higher quality and have a longer durability. And another temple, oh man, that's crazy. It's so crazy, so many temples, and can protect me for years to come. And so I often have those issues. I'm not quite sure. I just can't. I just can't buy cheap stuff. I mean, I can buy cheap stuff, and I just like to try things out when I'm not sure if I like the activity or so. Then okay, I just take it. I give it a try. If it's good, then okay, I can upgrade. If not, then I won't upgrade, and I don't regret it. But for instance, for running, running I'm doing for years by now, and with the ideas of, after having had this great triathlon, and the idea of going for a middle distance, which means I have to run a half marathon means I have to have gear that supports me also for those distances and is not really giving me uncomfortable feeling when I run over another temple. Oh man, that's crazy. When I run over a longer distance. What's going on here? I don't want to collect all this stuff. So yeah, I in the end ended up buying nothing. Well, I bought some chalk for climbing because I mean it's just chalk. You hopefully can't do things wrong with chalk, but that's all I got that day from the shop. And yeah, I guess I have to get better gear because often it's really the main problem. You see that good gear is expensive, and it's often the question is, am I really using it to its fullest potential? But considering my current schedule, I do use it to its fullest potential. And yeah, this also applies to other things where often I think, okay, I can buy this, which is cheap and will get the job done for a quick time, for the time I need it. Or I can buy that, which will last for a long time. So I don't know. It's just an interesting thing that I prefer basically quality over quantity. Definitely quality over quantity. Unless it's really a few things where it's not that important. I mean, for running you want to have clothes that really fit you well, and where you don't have the chance of, because you have this periodic activity, that you injure yourself because your skin gets irritated too much or so. That's always bad. This really hurts, and this can ruin a run or so for you. So you need to, or I like to have good gear. But I think this only plays a role when you are like me and you run 10k and more as your running distance. If you just go for a quick short run, you don't need it. I mean, if you just run for 5 kilometers or so, there's no need for such a thing, because you will never get to the point that you really are running too long. And yeah, the only things where it's different is for, let's say, for the summertime or so, when I need some socks or so for my sneakers or so, things where I know, okay, I just wear it in the office. There's no performance needed in that way. It's just like, okay, if they break, if they fall apart, then fine, I don't care. It's just something for summer. So there it's more about exchanging things, but yeah. And as I grab some cooked mutton, another interesting thing, I think I talked about this with cheap another guy with cheap meat, that it really put me off, because hey, piece of chicken or so can't be cheaper than a pack of noodles. I mean, that's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. And there I also decided some time ago to, okay, let's reduce my meat consumption, and I reduced it completely. So since start of May or so, I haven't eaten any meat, and I crave for meat. I really want to eat meat, and I definitely will meat again. So I'm not turning into a full-blown vegetarian or so, but it's interesting. It's really interesting that I'm now doing this for 2 months by now. And this was quite interesting. Yesterday at lunchtime, none of my colleagues has noticed that I was opting out on meat. we were all the time in the same restaurant, and they had their burgers, and I always found something else. I ate something else, and no one really noticed that I'm skipping meat right now. So I'm not talking really about it because I don't want to convince anyone, or so. It's just my personal approach. And I found it quite funny, as I suddenly said, okay, I'm sorry, but I find nothing here where we are. I need to look for some alternatives, and they were totally surprised because they were just not expecting it. So this was interesting. But yeah, that's another thing of cheap things where I just prefer quality, and in this case I'm even thinking about the environment and the animals and their life conditions and so on. So yeah, that's now the end of this episode. I hope you found it interesting, and I hope you will provide me with some ideas for future episodes I can discuss. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, my name is Sebbi. See you!